Hi, I will be talking about the significance of the tools and how this develops Cash's character and how this helps provide insight into his character. In the beginning of the novel, before Cash speaks, he's introduced as a character by the sound of his sawing. Cora first notices the smooth undulations of the marks of the adze blade and immediately introduces Cash as a good carpenter, and how Addie Bundren could not want a better carpenter. This seems a bit strange, as Cora states that Addie is thinking more about her coffin rather than her imminent death itself. Setting the stage up, it is clear from the beginning about the dysfunctional relationship that Cash has with his mother, as well as his indifference towards his mother, as he would rather be spending time with his tools, building her coffin, as if he wants her to die, rather than trying to make the most of the time that he has left with her. The manner in which Cash is introduced seems quite detached, which is symbolic of his detached nature. Cash, as a character, although not as intuitively smart as Darl, is very meticulous in how he does things, but he detaches himself emotionally from every situation, giving just the right amount of information that is necessary, as exemplified when he is building his mother's coffin when she's still alive. This fixation that Cash has with his tools is due to the fact that he lacks a specific person in his life to call his own. He has been let down both by his mother and father. By having these tools and making these tools a part of his life, he is able to use this as a mechanism to shield himself from any emotion he may be feeling. As insignificant as Cash's dedication, or you could say obsession with the tools may seem, he lets the tools identify him and how he is as a person. You can see how the tools have sort of a spell on Cash later on in the novel when he loses his tools. He loses consciousness after losing these tools. We're able to see the juxtaposition with his character. On the outside, he seems to be this rugged, tough carpenter. However, in reality, he is this vulnerable individual who, due to the dysfunctional dynamic within his family, is not able to properly cope with the situation he's placed in, and rather concentrates all his attention on something that cannot disappoint him, which are the tools in this case. However, when the tools disappear, the tools disappoint him, and this is as though he had lost a part of himself, because he put so much of himself into these tools to escape the reality of his life. At this point in the novel, it's clear to see that Cash is emotionally vulnerable. To this point in the book, it seemed as though Cash didn't care much for anything, as he provided information in a very shrewd manner. However, now Cash's emotions are showing, as his vulnerability is present when he loses his tools. At the end of the novel, he has completely transformed as a character. He's far different from the indifferent Cash we saw in the beginning of the book. He wants Darl to be sent to the asylum and actually has a voice and opinion about something. The tools basically represent Cash, rugged, hard, harsh. However, the tools, with time, will start to rot and fade away. So will Cash and his outlook on life. Eventually, the tools get lost, just as though Cash loses a part of himself. The tools are Cash's only escape from reality, yet they even let him down. He transforms from an indifferent character worrying about only building his mother's coffin to a man who is articulately able to formulate his own beliefs and ideas, thus freeing himself from the facade he put on, by trying to block all of his emotions when that was only what was going to break him.